I am a busy guy, but in between getting shouted at by clients and golfing, I do have some available time.
Sounds great.
I do have an appointment at 4:30 off-site, so but
There we go.
opening day.
Lovely. Look at you. I've already been out twice this year, so I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, Diane Taylor's made it. Great. Hello, Martha.
Hello.
Hi there.
We have Sabrina and AJ on now. If you guys want to come on camera and chat, you feel free to.
Hello, everyone.
Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So it's 1 o'clock. I'll start talking anyhow. So I'm Rick McCutcheon. Hey, Nick. I'm a Dynamics MVP. Been organizing this user group here in Canada for about 10 years now. And, we have great volunteers like Diane Taylor, we got Richard Dennis, we got Nick Hayduk on there. So we've kind of kept this thing together throughout COVID. And this year we relaunched in a virtual mode, and it's been going pretty well. We've averaged around 50 to 70 attendees for each meeting. So we're more than happy with that. And hopefully in the fall, maybe we can start getting together locally, but that's to be determined. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves and just say who you are and what you do, and that would be great. Why don't we start with you, Nick? Nick's on mute. He's usually very good technically.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
I was just saying, Rick, if you mention anything about the fact that you can golf right now and I can't,
Right.
some bad words will come out of my mouth. So.
What time?
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicholas Hayduk. I'm a Microsoft MVP and owner of Engineered Code. We specialize in what's now known as Power Pages, used to be Power Apps portals, Dynamics 365 portals, the whole ADX Studio thing. So that's where I started my career, and that's how I came into touch with Rick and other good folks on this call. So welcome to all the new people, and nice to see all the familiar faces that we see here most of the time.
Thanks, Nick. Diane Taylor.
Hi, everyone. I'm Diane. I'm also a little disappointed that I have a lot of snow left, and I'm sure some of you don't. But it's going quickly now, so that's good news. I work for Synergy Credit Union as manager of implementation and adoption, and so I'm on the user side of Dynamics. Dynamics is one of the programs that my team works with our staff members to ensure they're comfortable, competent, and using it to the best of its abilities. And so really excited to learn from all of you every month.
Okay, thanks. Martha.
Hi there, my name is Martha Schrader. I'm with HSO Canada. I've equally spent my career in enterprise architecture and then equally consulting with the Microsoft Dynamics stack. So I'm right now back in the Dynamics stack right now. And I've always been meaning to come out to these events, and I'm glad I can pop in for at least part of it between meetings. So Rick, thank you very much for hosting.
Welcome. Sabrina.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Sabrina Guadagnine, and I work for RGA. It's a reinsurance company based in St. Louis, Missouri, but I work in Toronto. And I am the director of CRM for the organization. So I focus on CRM program strategy. I'm the product owner for Dynamics. And there's lots going on in my organization right now. So that's why I'm here to learn a little bit more about what you're all working on in the dynamic space. And yeah, I'm happy to be able to join.
Okay, thank you, Richard. And just before you go, Richard, everybody, you're off camera. Come on camera, say hello. Richard.
Thanks, Rick. So my name is Richard Dennis. I've been in the space about 20 years. Primarily, my MO is building successful Dynamics consulting groups. I work with ThinkMax Consulting, headquartered out of Montreal. I'm based out of Toronto, and I am the VP of the Dynamics 365 CE practice. And CE is everything from traditional CRM to customer insights, etc. as Microsoft broadens the spectrum of the services out there. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Okay, thanks, Richard. Leonard. You're on mute.
Yeah, morning everyone. My name's Leonard. I'm the CRM program manager for the Ventures Group. So we own a bunch of different companies that all utilize CRM. Majority of the companies are material handling, so machine sales, forklifts, all of that. So yeah, just eager to hear experiences from other people and, learn, possibly other stuff from you guys.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to pick on you, Debbie Giles. Say hello. Oh, maybe she showed up and left.
No, she's here. She's here. She's
Okay.
just trying to scramble around and get the mute button off.
All right, Jean-Francois, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone.
Introduce yourself and let us know where you're from.
Oh, I'm from Montreal. I work for a company in Toronto, so they cannot force me to go work at I can stay at home. That was on it. It's a company Dogico, so I'm a BI architect over there, and I've spent all my career regarding involved with Microsoft technologies.
Come to
Okay,
Toronto.
thank
It's
you.
27 degrees right now.
Yeah.
How much? Say that again. I
When-
missed it.
I said, come to Toronto. It's 27 degrees right now.
Oh yeah, you guys have a permanent spring. Here it's yeah, it's getting there.
You'll be there
I
soon.
come there
Bruce,
like once a month, so I do like the city. It's really nice.
Bruce Scott, say hello. You're on mute, Bruce.
Well, my lips are moving, but no one can hear me. It sounds like a familiar
That's
thing. So thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. I'm joining, and the other two will be over here shortly. They were just hanging out waiting for people like me who had the wrong meeting link.
Where did you get the wrong meeting link?
I was in the invite that was on my calendar. So if probably got an update, but maybe I didn't make the update happen to the meeting invite that hit my calendar. So
I'm going to go jump out and change it right now. Dirk, say
yeah,
hello.
it was the Meetup link that had that I used, and then from the Meetup link, it gave me another link that I used. So
Okay, yeah.
I made a couple of leaps.
Okay. Oh, Dirk,
Yep.
say hello and introduce yourself to the folks.
Yeah, for sure. Hi there, Dirk Schrader. I've been using Dynamics CRM since 2007, way back version 1.4. Formerly CRM Dynamics Limited. Recently, last 2 years, we switched over as HSO. So now we're part of the HSO family. Great to be here.
You're lucky.
Thanks, Rick.
You're lucky, Dirk. I had to start on 1.3. That was a lot tougher. You folks that never experienced anything before 2012, you haven't lived. Okay. Or anybody else would like to say hello before we get going? All right. Okay, Hillary.
Hi, everyone. Hillary Marcus. I lead go-to-market for Dynamics 365 customer experience for North America at Microsoft. And so just happy to be here, part of the community. Thanks for including me.
Thank you, Hillary.
I'm
Much
based
appreciated.
out of, I work North America wide, but I based out of Toronto and working from home today in Burlington.
Great. Thank you, Hillary. And hopefully we'll be able to have a meeting at the new downtown Toronto office
Would
sometime
be
this
more
year.
than happy to host everyone anytime.
Yeah. It's a tremendous facility. Kylie, over to you. Say hello and are you ready to go?
I can be ready to go. Yeah. Kylie Kiser.
No, just to introduce yourself, not to, get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, don't jump into the whole presentation. I don't have to talk for very long since I'll present in a bit, but yeah, I'm based in Windsor. I work at RSM Canada. Yeah.
So is it like 35 degrees today in Windsor?
It's nice, actually. Yesterday it was up to 80 degrees. Currently 83 Fahrenheit outside. And I'm here talking to you guys.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Commitment, yeah.
Kanika, do you want to say hello? Our other presenter?
Sure, yes. Hello, Canadians. I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia. So happy to be here as a guest to present to you today. And I have been working with Dynamics since the 3.0 days. So prior to the improvements. So I've loved seeing it evolve, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and I'm happy to be here to talk to you guys. So thank you for having me.
Okay, well, I'm going to jump into our slides. You can see my slides, okay? All right, and then Liz, I haven't forgotten about you, so I'll just run through a couple slides and we'll shift it back over to Liz from Dynamic DUG Group, Dynamic User Group, almost the Dynamics Communities. Okay, we're the Canadian National D365 CRM User Group. As I said earlier, we've been running around for about 10 years now, a decade or so, running these meetings. This is our April meeting. We try to meet monthly, so if this is your first meeting, welcome, much appreciated. Diane, can you start the recording since we're going to record now? And I see Diane's built some transition into these slides, so I'm going too slow. Okay, so we're going to record today. If you don't want to be recorded, then stay offline. Housekeeping, please stay muted. We don't have any washrooms available, sorry. Use the chat if you have to talk, but raise your hand. Also, there's some ways to do that in Teams, and we'll make sure we get to all your questions. And at the end, we're going to have a bit of a chat. Use this user group to really engage with each other, get to know each other, and hopefully, as time goes by, this will grow greater and bigger again. And we've got a lot of big plans for it. Okay, so what is your most used resource when it comes to dynamic support and learning? So that's our question for today, right? So if everybody wants to write that into the chat, what do you use mostly for a resource for dynamic support and learning? And we've got some upcoming meetings, May 11th, June 8th, September 14th. And if you want to be included in the calendar invite that goes out, email me, rick.mccutcheon@partnertalks.com. I will put that in the chat in just a few minutes. And then if you want to get these slides, they'll be available on our Meetup with these other resources. So today we've got Kylie and Kanika going to be presenting around what's new on Dynamics 365 CRM Wave 1. So I've got to get out of these slides because I'm getting dizzy. They're moving so quickly. So I'm going to shift it over to you, Liz. And Liz, why don't you tell the people about DUG? About yourself first, then about DUG.
I was going to say, I probably should do an intro of myself first, Rick. Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this Dynamics User Group Meetup. We are thrilled to have you here. My name is Liz Hallen, and I am the Vice President here at Dynamics User Group. I think you can see my slide, yes?
We can see them.
Beautiful. So just wanted to take a few moments this morning or this afternoon, I guess, for most of you. I am not in Canada. I am very close, though. I'm located in North Dakota, so I'm a little bit jealous of Kylie's weather. However, we did have 88 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday, so it was fantastic. Either way, if this is your first time joining one of our DUG meetups, I want to say welcome. I do want to take just a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit about Dynamics User Group if you've not heard of us before. We are a free user group that covers all of the Dynamics 365 platforms, products, as well as Dynamics GP, and of course the Power Platform, which we all love so dearly. We do offer free memberships for individuals. You can sign up anytime at dynamicsusergroup.com. And our free membership includes lots of really great things for you to excel in your career and grow in your career. The DUG Meetup that you are on today is just one of those ways. We are a little bit newer in this space in terms of having full-time staff dedicated with multiple programs. However, we have been around for a long time, primarily as an online discussion forum. And in the last, I would say probably 3-ish years, we have grown to almost 40,000 members and are very excited about the wonderful growth that we have had As I said, we are free, and we are open to all users, partners, implementers, consultants, people who are looking, considering. We're all one big happy family and community here. Here are some of our DUG programs. One of the programs that you may have heard of us before is our DynamicsCon Live conference, which you can see in my very colorful background here. This is our in-person event, which will be held this year in Scottsdale, Arizona, May 22nd to the 25th. In addition to DynamicsCon Live, we have a virtual event, which we just hosted last month. We also have the DUG Meetups, which you are part of today. We have about 34 different groups around the globe, covering 8 countries right now. So we have lots of these types of events that are happening. In addition to that, I saw a lot of you make comment about how you get your education and your learning. We have a very robust YouTube channel that houses almost 500 videos of prior DynamicsCon sessions that we've hosted from some really excellent speakers and presenters and MVPs. And the recordings from our Canadian National User Group meetings, if you've missed the ones in the past, those are also posted on our YouTube channel. So lots of really great free education there for you too. And then we do have our Team Up Partner Membership Program. This is an annual membership program that helps us to fund so that we can continue to offer these free programs for you. And if you're looking for some great services or an ISV solution, please be sure to check out our Team Up Partners. I did mention our virtual event. It just happened last month. We are in the process of getting our presentations and all of our session recordings posted. So those will probably be out in the next week or so. This is a for the community, by the community type of event. We do a lot of really fun things in terms of session submissions are by the community. Our community votes on our sessions, and those are the top voted sessions are the ones that you see on the final agenda. And last but not least, our live event, as I mentioned before, if any of you are going to be joining us in Scottsdale or looking to do that, I've got a special coupon code just for our meetup attendees. This will get you $50 off of our registration. And just keep in mind and keep note that our prices do go up on May 1st. So if you're thinking about going, now would be the time to do it. We will be offering 6 different product tracks at DynamicsCon Live, including CE, Power, as well as a cross-product track that will cover multiple products. So we would love to have you there. This is our 3rd event, and we're super excited about hosting everybody in person for our 3rd time. If anybody has any questions, I will drop the URL to the Dynamics User Group website, as well as my contact info. And thank you again so much for being here. And I'm looking forward to the topic of Wave 1 today.
Hey, thank you very much, Liz. And so Liz has a long history with the Canadian User Group. You were the administrator organizing us. What year was that, Liz? Probably, I don't know, 2011, 2012?
Probably when you started, maybe, yeah. It was a long time. So, I have been in this space a long time. About I'm actually May 1st, or the end of May is my 23rd year.
Wow, it's like straight out of grade school. Excellent.
Straight out, I know. I started when I was 12. Just saying. No.
Okay, so does anybody got any questions for us or comments or anything that they'd like to bring up? Because we've got 2 excellent presenters between me and the end of this meeting.
Liz, do you want to tell people about our other event coming up, even though it's not officially announced yet?
I would love to, Kylie. Excellent point. Excellent point. Or maybe you would like to.
Oh, guys, be on the lookout. There's another DynamicsCon event coming up. It's going to be completely free and taking place in Washington, D.C. We're going to have both BC content and CE, CRM, Power Platform content. So I think we're hoping to get that announced within the next week, right? I think we're all ready. So agenda's done.
We're very ready to go. Yes.
Yeah. So be following Liz.
What week will that be, Kylie?
Sorry?
Do we have a date for that?
Oh, the date is July 18th.
Excellent.
July 18th. And it's actually being hosted at the Microsoft office in Arlington, Virginia.
Yeah. So free 1-day event full of content. So if you can fly down, you know, flights from Toronto or Detroit for me, you know, not very long to DC area. So be great.
So just a little background on that. Kylie organized that user group for the last, I don't know, 8 years or so.
A million years, yeah.
A million years. And she's recently returned to Canada, to Windsor. And we're glad to have her back. So she's sort of, she's got, I guess, one foot in each group.
Yes. Still doing a little bit of both for now. And we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And I will tell you,
on
we
that
have
note, Kylie,
stellar
I'm gonna turn it
lineup
over.
for content.
Stellar
Kylie
lineup.
And Kylie and I don't know, there's like a dozen people that are helping us with all the content. It is a stellar lineup of speakers and content for that July event. So I hope you all can come.
Yeah,
What's
we have
your
lots of
capacity
smart people.
Sorry, what's your capacity going to be for that event?
Excellent question. Our capacity is 75, I think.
Oh, that's going to sell out fast.
Mm-hmm. It is going to sell out fast.
Wow. Okay. All right, everyone. This is it. Kylie, over to you, and I'll let you take
perfect.
over. Okay.
Perfect. Let me share my screen. All righty. So we're talking about release wave 1. So, oh, that's weird. Go over here, teams, not over there. There we go. Beautiful. All right. We're talking about release wave 1 today. So these are all the new features that have been released within the last few months, and we've just compiled a list of ones that we think you should research, but happy to hear from you guys as well, how things are going or other things that you've seen. So let's start with some quick introductions. So as I said before, I'm Kylie Kiser. I'm a consulting delivery supervisor / solution architect / who knows what else at RSM Canada. And I'm a Microsoft MVP. And like I said, I'm based in Windsor, Ontario. And let me pass it over to my excellent friend, Kanika, to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Kylie. Yes, my name is Kanika Bailey. And as I said in my intro, I've been working with Dynamics probably since the 3.0 version, so a long time. And I am a Dynamics 365 enthusiast and a Microsoft certified trainer. I specialize in customer service implementations. Coming from when I first started supporting Dynamics, I was actually at an ISV, so I was on the tech support side. So now that I'm actually able on the other side to implement those customer service implementations, I love doing that work and helping help desks and call centers and service desks use the product and get the most out of it and get it up and running. So that's a little bit about me. I'm in Atlanta, and I think that's it. Thank you.
Oops, I pushed the button. Nothing happened. There we go.
All right, so we're going to start off with our key dates for the release, and they've got a stated date of April. So a lot of these things that we're talking about, I'm going to mention for each feature that I'm talking about. I'm going to mention if I have that information, I'm going to mention what the release date is, and if there's other detail around that, I will certainly let you know that too. But these are the key dates. There are some things that are available this month, and then there's some rolling things that'll be out later on, some May and June dates, but these are kind of the timeframes for what we've gotten from Microsoft. So this is the information that you need to know for this current Wave 1 release.
Cool. So yeah, as Kanika said, some of these features automatically are turned on when it becomes the general availability or when you upgrade your environment. But there are also some things that are optional features. So these might need to be turned on in the Power Platform Admin Center, or there are some features that they say are currently in preview. And usually you can turn those on, well, usually sometimes you can turn those on in features, and sometimes those are in the preview maker portal. And so it's make.preview.powerapps.com. So just kind of need to figure out which feature shows up where to know how to use it. So quick question for our audience, maybe you guys can answer in the chat, but how are you guys testing the release waves? Why don't you share your tips and tricks in the chat while we keep talking, or down in the comments if you're watching the recording. Generally, it's encouraged that if you have an environment that's going to be upgraded, make sure you're testing your releases in lower environments first, and then scheduling your upgrade so that you can make sure it does not impact users and just happen, right? Okay. And also we included in the deck, I'll make sure to share this deck later, and we have links in here to the release waves for Dynamics and Power Platform. So we're going to talk through both Dynamics and Power Platform, because remember, Dynamics is on the Power Platform, so those features still can impact you or benefit you. Also, if you haven't checked out the Release Planner, that's a really cool tool that can help you kind of see when different things are coming out. And I'll grab that link while we're talking. And I'm going to pass it back to Kanika to talk about Dynamics 365 first.
All right. Thank you, Kylie. So let's power forward here. We're going to talk about marketing first. And there's a good bit of information or releases that are coming out in this next wave in marketing. So we've highlighted, and again, there's a lot out there, but we've kind of highlighted the things that we're most excited about, the things that are major, things that you guys might be interested in. So this is not an exhaustive list, but we're going to dig in. So one of the things that I was looking at is the new lead scoring builder. This allows you to prioritize the best leads and empower your sellers with the new lead scoring builder. This is coming out in June. And just some highlights of that, you'll be able to use the easy-to-use lead score builder to start quickly and update or optimize the model continuously. So you'll be able to update it to fit with your organization. It's going to allow you to create lead scoring models with not only behavioral, but also demographic or firmographic conditions. You will be able to evaluate your scoring model outputs and performance using a new set of enhanced insights. So they've enhanced that insight functionality. And then also you'll be able to define lead qualification criteria and post-qualification actions. So totally new lead scoring builder that you'll be able to use. And again, that one will be out in June. The next one is you're going to be able to keep your stakeholders in the loop by seamlessly copying them on email campaigns. When we're doing implementations, there's always a ton of people that want to be copied on emails that are going out to prospects or clients. And now in email campaigns, you're going to have an easier way to do that with this functionality. This one is slated for this month, and you'll be able to do up to 5 additional recipients. They are dynamically selected with personalization parameters. And so, for an example, an account manager can personally follow up using this functionality. The next thing is we're going to easily be able to create engaging content using AI-powered content ideas. AI is everywhere, we all know it, and Microsoft is taking advantage of that. And Copilot is scheduled for release in July this year. It's going to be improved quality on using your content, and you're going to actually be able to choose the tone of voice that you have in your emails that it creates for you. So it's going to allow you to create key points and generate engaging text snippets and also emails. So you'll be able to tell it to generate emails for you. You'll be able to dictate what kind of tone you want for that email. And then if you want to use that, it'll be in your email draft. You can use that, or you can reword it and things like that. So again, that is coming in July of this year. Just FYI, that is going to be US English only for this first release coming out in July. Other languages and countries will be rolling out after that, but US is going to be first. All right, next thing, understand how marketing activities contribute to defined milestones using AI. This will be out next month, so that's scheduled for May 2023. And you'll be able to define milestones based on key customer moments in your buyer's journey. For example, for B2B companies, it'll be your lead qualification and opportunity creation that you may use for that. For B2C companies, it may be an e-commerce purchase that a customer does, or a loyalty program enrollment. So you'll be able to define those milestones and then be able to take action on those. You'll also be able to track the number of customers that reach the milestones over time. And then you'll be able to analyze the contribution of your journeys and messages in driving your customers to milestones through AI-powered and rules-based attribution models. So again, AI is dictating those milestones and allowing you to analyze that data. Another one I'm excited about is the ability to accurately target customers using improved AI-powered natural language segments. This is coming out next month. This is an upgraded query. This query assist feature enables you to build real-time segments using more powerful AI, providing more accurate results for your query. You'll be able to use more conversational language to build your segment. And again, this will be out next month so that you can try that out then. This is another one I'm excited about. As an end user, have you guys ever gotten signed up for email because you purchased something or that you're interested in some content and then you're getting emails every day or every hour, constantly getting emails? It's annoying. Microsoft has addressed that. Starting this month, they have a feature that will prevent message fatigue by limiting the messages sent to a customer in a specific period. So this is huge. You will be able to define a specific cap per channel. So that could be a cap of text messages, a cap of email messages. So you'll be able to define that per channel, and you can enable daily, weekly, and monthly frequency caps. You can decide which journeys. Oh, sure.
Will that work for the emails that I keep getting from Microsoft about everything?
Maybe not.
Okay.
We'll see if they implement that.
Are they using their own tools? Good question.
Right. But
sorry.
Yeah, we may be able to call them on that. It's like,
okay,
you guys
just want to bring it up while we're all here.
Yeah. One thing to note on that, though, seriously, transactional messages will be excluded. So this is not going to touch those, but any other marketing emails that you're sending or marketing material that you're sending out to your customers, you'll be able to put a cap on how often they get those. And then also you'll be able to check which messages have been sent and which are still pending for each customer. So I think that that's a big one. Very excited about that. Hoping a lot of companies do that because, like I said, we get too much email. Okay, so next one, this one is scheduled for later on this year, but easily reference a copy of previously sent emails in the interaction timeline. So this is going to allow you to see exact emails sent in your contact and your lead timelines. And again, this one's not coming out till later on this year, but this will allow you to see those exact emails. You'll be able to review the output generated by advanced personalization features such as conditional content. So you'll be able to see that. And as an admin, you'll also be able to adjust the storage of archived emails for your organization. So, and again, that one's out in September. Next one that I want to talk about will be out in July. Tailor communications to the topics customers want to receive. Another huge thing, right? So you can create an unlimited number of topics according to the notes, enabling customers to opt in to receive what they want to receive. So if you've got topics such as newsletters, community events, product discounts, updates, training, learning, customers will be able to subscribe to those specific things and only get the emails that they want. So this should decrease your amount of unsubscribes you're getting because people are getting what they really want to see, okay? So you'll be able to capture that content for new customers on your marketing forms with flexible options that allow you to gather consent either explicitly through visible fields or implicitly through those hidden fields. All right, now let's talk about some of our sales features that are coming up. So relationship insights, we know that relationship insights have been around for a while, but it's getting an upgrade, and this is available this month. So as a seller, you're going to be able to see who in your organization is in contact with the current record. You'll be able to view basic relationship KPIs generated with the Dynamics 365 data, such as customer interactions. And this is actually going to segment your activities, the total number of activities based on whether it was sent by internal users or external. So sent by us versus sent by them. You'll also be able to get a breakdown of relationship activities by the number of activities sent, received, and that's going to be shown over the last 60 days. You'll be able to see the email sent received ratio, so you can compare the ratio of emails sent by us versus received by us. The most contacted and most contacted by sellers. You'll also be able to see email engagement. So it'll show statistics about the number of links clicked, the attachments open, and the total open count. So you'll need to enable email engagement for this to work, but you will actually be able to see that email engagement. Another feature that we're looking at here is the ability to manage opportunities more effectively using the new pipeline view. And this is going to be huge for sellers because they're going to be able to sort their opportunities more so the way that they want. They're going to be able to personalize their views. They're going to be able to quickly update their opportunities in an editable grid. They'll be able to see pipeline value for the number of deals that they have and other metrics. And the admins in the group will also be able to customize the record side panel forms with custom attributes and configure the charts. So lots more functionality coming with those relationship insights. The next one I want to talk about is the ability to guide sellers to favorable sales outcomes using next best step. And the big thing on here, this is going to help in composing emails, like we said, using AI, automatic follow-up task, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit. But the one thing that's coming out that sounds like a huge game changer is the suggestion on product recommendations. That will be out in August, but based on what activity has gone on with a customer, the system will now suggest product recommendations based on your product catalog. So your sellers will be able to see what they can recommend to their customers. The next one is the ability to get tips and suggestions while on a call with a customer. So real-time information. As admins, you guys will be able to enable the feature so that your sellers can get those real-time suggestions and tips. Sellers will be able to get suggestions on product and service details, competitive battle cards, brand info, pricing, and more while they're on the phone. And so this one will be out. Will be out for public preview in July, and then general availability, it'll be out in September. So that one, and that's another huge one. Next one I want to talk about, the ability to provide intelligent suggestions to improve seller effectiveness. This one will be out in June. And this is an easy to use AI-powered suggestion solution to deliver the following information: a curated list of account-based suggestions for targeting the prioritized list of accounts. Sellers will be able to follow the precise workflows to leverage suggestions for improving sales effectiveness. And then they can also collaborate with the team to collectively work on suggestions. So if you've got, say, a junior salesperson and a more senior person working on a deal, they'll be able to easily collaborate better using these intelligent tools. Also, next one is we're automating the creation of follow-up tasks. So based on requirements in your system, you'll actually be able to create follow-up tasks automatically for your sellers. And they'll be available for quick reference in the Up Next widget, so they'll be able to see those quickly. Another one here is using statistics to improve assignment role effectiveness. This one will be out for preview in July, and then it will be generally available in August. So An example might be the percentage of records created in the past days that were automatically routed to another seller through your assignment rules. And then also the effectiveness of each assignment rule. It'll be able to tell that effectiveness by comparing the ratio of assigned to unassigned records and providing guidance on your reason for the assignment. So giving you more data, using statistics to look at how assignments are happening and how those deals are being closed through the pipeline. All right, and I think that is it for, that's it for the sales. So now we're going to move on to customer service. And I think one of the big things here, there's a lot going on in customer service that's going to be improved as well. I'll tell you about a couple of the things that I was really excited about. So the agent experience. So as admins, you're going to be able to set a custom agent experience profile as a default profile. So this means that you're going to spend, as admins, you're going to spend less time having to set people up with the different customer service agent profiles. This will be a more streamlined process. This will be out. Oh, this is actually available this month. So this one's slated for this month release. The next one is integrating and searching external knowledge sources. So that means that if you're using a third party, you've got a few different third party knowledge base tools that you're using, you'll be able to integrate those. That will be available this month as well. So you can also, as an admin, set up a data refresh schedule to specify the refresh frequency of the integration service. So that means that you're always going to be able to capture the updated and newly created articles in those third-party systems and have that information available for your users. The next one here is the ability to accelerate time to resolution with AI suggested replies. This is in public preview right now, and this is intuitive real-time suggested replies for agents directly in the digital messaging experience. So your agents are going to be able to see real-time AI-generated replies, which may help them resolve their cases quicker. This is another big one for me, is the workspace layout. They have improved that workspace layout, and that is general availability on that is this month. So if you are using the customer service workspace, you should be able to have access to those updates this month. So a couple of things that they're doing there, the sessions and child tabs are displayed horizontally. There's an improved handling of overflow tabs and sessions. The tab bar will only be visible if multiple tabs are present in a session. An improved sitemap that's accessed from the menu with support for grouping in areas, and improved accessibility with 400% zoom mode. So, users are going to be able to zoom out much more and make it more accessible for their preferences. Also, increased predictability of session closer and multi-session apps. So yes, those are some great additions to the workspace layout. So if you are working in that, check those out starting this month. Another one that's going to be available this month is the ability to customize visualization of omni-channel real-time analytics dashboards. So key capabilities on that is the ability to rearrange out-of-the-box report layout on omni-channel real-time analytics. And you're going to be able to modify the graphical rendering of data. For example, you can have a graphic with the trend of a metric over time rather than a tabular view of the metric. And you're going to be able to create visuals using metrics in the data model that aren't exposed directly in the out-of-the-box Power BI reports. So this is giving you some more flexibility on that omni-channel real-time analytics dashboard. All right, and let's move on to field service and talk about some of the additions there. So the goals with this field service release are to empower frontline workers, optimize service operations, and enhance resource scheduling. So to that end, there have been some improvements to the field service mobile app. So an improved launch, faster offline sync, increased stability. And that one, general availability on that one is slated for July. So look for that in the summer. Another big one, and this one should be available this month, is the ability to easily switch tenants for users with app access to multiple tenants. So instead of having to log out and log back in, if you have access to multiple field service tenants, you'll be able to switch those. And then, like I said, that one will be available this month. Another thing that's available this month is the enhanced global search. So you'll be able to search those work orders, bookings, and other field service related entities with results on one page, and you'll also be able to take action right from those search results. So, and again, that should be available this month. So check that one out. Another one is the model location and asset hierarchies for large facilities. So an example of that, so if you have some sub assets that are at a different location from their parents, they're going to show up under their location and then also under the parent asset. And they're going to have tooltips for clarity so that you can see where those assets are showing up in other places. There's also better management of the location and asset hierarchies. This is available this month. So if you're working with an organization that has a large facility where they've got a lot of asset hierarchies, you'll be able to better manage that starting this month. Another big one that's available this month is the ability to manage work order costs with a not to exceed function. So you can set up not to exceed values for cost and price on work orders. These values can also be added directly on the work order. So if you have something that is not to exceed a certain value, you will now be able to manage those work order costs directly there. And like I said, that's available this month. The last one that I want to point out here is that Microsoft has removed the option for individual users to switch to legacy schedule board. That is also available this month. So individual users will not have the option to do that any longer. As an admin, you will still have that ability, but individual users will not. All right, and I think that is it for the highlights that I wanted to talk about in Dynamics. There are a ton of other things, F&O, HR, commerce, customer insights, customer voice, all of that. So you guys can check that out. We'll have links in the PowerPoint, but I'm going to turn things over to Kylie so that she can talk about the Power Platform update.
For sure. Yeah. Keep in mind, these are just a snapshot of ones that we thought were interesting. And there is so much more information about these and so much more information about all the other features available as part of the release notes. And the release notes do keep being updated, right? As things are changed or rescheduled. So encourage you guys to check that out and see if they make sure everything still applies that we're talking about and find out more information and dates and things. Also, there's a few good questions in the chat. If any, make sure you're reviewing those and helping out on some of those. Okay, so I want to talk about a few updates within the Power Platform, and keep in mind Dynamics is part of the Power Platform, so all of these notes still apply to you. First, we want to talk about Power Apps. So a lot of these, when you look at the Power Apps release notes, these can apply to Canvas Power Apps or to model-driven Power Apps. So you do want to pay attention and look at these. First, you're going to be able to add table columns to forms and views automatically. So what this means is this would be model-driven apps, right? So that would still be Dynamics, but basically what can happen is you're creating a new column and you can choose which forms or views it automatically is added to. So I think this could be really interesting if, let's say you have an admin view that you put every single, that you put every single column into. then anytime you create a new column, you can automatically add it to that view. So I'm not sure how useful this will be in some scenarios, but it's going to be great, especially when you set up new tables and things like that. Also, there's enhancements to automated testing to be able to run tests on custom pages and model-driven Power Apps. So I believe this is using the test engine, and it used to only be available on Canvas apps, and now that's being expanded to custom pages and model-driven apps. So definitely some things that you can do there, and you can also incorporate this into your pipelines, right? If your pipeline's in Azure DevOps or GitHub, you can incorporate your testing right in there for a healthy ALM strategy for your organization. Also, PowerFX is adding support for user-defined functions. So this will primarily be in your Canvas Power Apps. But basically, I can define a function that I can use across multiple places in my app. So makes things easier to understand, helps with testing and reuse, and just better code management within your app. And also collaboration. So that's what this screenshot is from. You can turn this on so you can see who is viewing the same record as you. You'll know if someone else is working on the same opportunity. Also, there's a refreshed look coming for Power Apps, so be on the lookout for some improvements to make everything look better, right? Which we're all going to love and all your users will hate for unknown reasons. When we talk about Power Automate, we have a few new enhancements. One of these is versioning, so you can see what version your Cloud Flow is. You'll also be able to restore previous versions of a Cloud Flow, and all of this version history is stored within Dataverse. So this does mean this relies on Power Automate being in an environment with Dataverse, which it would be for any of our Dynamics 365 people. But in that case, you would be able to see the past history. You could choose one of those ones. Say I made some updates to the flow today and now it's no longer working. I could look at an earlier version where it was working and roll back to that version. Also, we are going to be able to use natural language to create flows. So this has been in preview for a while, also called the Describe It, Create It. And basically what it means is you're going to type in, like, for example, the example here, every time someone responds to a Microsoft form, post a message to Teams and send an email. And so you just type a sentence and then it will give you a potential flow to set up. So this will be from templates, but could be fully new flows, right? So based on what you're saying, oops, I got ahead of myself. Based on what you're saying, it tells you what your flow should look like, and then it will guide you through the setup of your flow. If you haven't tried this out, it's really cool. So I'd encourage you to do that. It's not all connectors right now. I think they are Dataverse approvals and Power Apps. It looks like we have a few others in our screenshot here. So like the core Microsoft connectors plus Dataverse approvals and Power Apps, things like that. So definitely something really cool to check out, especially if you're new to Power Automate, right? And they're doing a lot of work on all of these AI enhancements. You've seen them, well, we saw them in all the Dynamics slides that Kanika talked about, so many enhancements using artificial intelligence, and there's just a lot of research and enhancements in that area. So be on the lookout. Cool. Dataverse. So remember when we talk Dynamics, all of our Dynamics 365, CE, sales, customer service, whatever, that's built on top of Dataverse. So we definitely want to pay attention to these Dataverse updates. There's now going to be Dataverse personal environments so that you could create an environment for you to work on and build your own apps without having any additional license costs. Also, improvements to the real-time in-app notifications. We have seen these before, right? These came out before. We have apps on mobile, and then we have the web apps. And but the new part is making them real time. So in the past, there was usually a delay when you would be getting these notifications. So that's been improved to make them closer to real time. Also, modern security role editor is going to be available. So for those of you, we have some people here who've been doing Dynamics for a long time. So you are very familiar with our security roles, with all the matrix of bubbles and with their pizza pie filling up, right? And so we are expecting a new, more accessible and much prettier security role editor coming. And it will also be replacing the need to navigate to legacy. So right now, when you're in the Power Platform Admin Center, you can get to the security role, and then you have to pop out and load the legacy editor. So that will be getting better. I have not seen this yet. I don't know what it looks like. I'm a little nervous because I have a presentation on security coming up in, I don't know, however long away DynamicsCon Live is, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So if this rolls out before then, I've got some work to do. So I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll see. No, but I think this will be exciting to see what that's like. And we also have some updates to system administrator security role. So what you'll notice is when you set up your environment, you have, even if you're using environment groups, all of your Active Directory administrators still get added into Dynamics. And previously, they would all or could all get like system administrator access because they were administrators in Active Directory. So basically what this is doing is that you can change that. So you can set you can see which users have access across all environments in the tenant and remove users who should no longer have system administrator, and it will stop the auto assignment of system administrator. Plus, gives people the ability to make themselves an administrator for an emergency scenario, right? So maybe I'm the Dynamics admin. I don't need everybody on my network team who are AD admins to be Dynamics admins. So I can remove their access, but because they are Active Directory admins, if I was on vacation and everything went down, they would be able to promote themselves so they could be an administrator to resolve whatever issue is going on. And then I have a few updates in AI Builder because I love AI Builder. So many cool things in there. We have a new feedback loop feature. So this is related to document processing. So in document processing, you import your forms with their fields, right? And you can have it read the data from that form and then, do something with it. And so now we can set it up to notify us if the model's not performing correctly, and then kind of retag those documents and continue updating the model. So previously, I would have to say, oh, hey, it didn't work. Let me go in, let me add some new features, but there's going to be features that it'll tell me if things aren't working and allow me to retag those specific documents and just kind of make that a bit more of a streamlined and efficient process. I don't quite know how that's going to work yet in terms of multiple environments, but some exciting things there. Also, well, maybe related, is that models and data sets are going to support versioning and rollback. Right now, when you're working in AI Builder and you're doing one of the custom models, you just kind of set up your model, you can make changes, and if it messes up, you make some more changes and hope it gets better, but you don't have a way to revert back to a previous model. So now you're going to be able to see those previous versions and roll back to them. Also, it'll make it easier to move trainable models across environments. The other issue right now, I make a change in dev, and then I roll that to my test and production, and I can't make any updates in test and production. I can only go back to dev to fix it there. But now I'll be able to move those models to future environments and continue to train them in my production environment if I wanted to. And more fine tuning around the model performance so you can control which version is deployed. Lots of fun things. The other thing that I didn't have written here because it wasn't out when I made these slides is the OpenAI connector is in preview right now, and anybody can go sign up for that. I think they're adding it to people pretty quickly. But so if you're interested in playing with the ChatGPT, you can add that into AI Builder and then use it right in a Power App, a Canvas Power App, or in Power Automate. And it's really easy to use, kind of simple right now, but really easy. I have a lovely quick video about that as well. Okay, next steps. So get ready. Release wave, apparently, Kanika and I were talking about this deck and we were like, release wave already went out. That's what happens when, I don't know, there's too many features, we can't keep track of them. But make sure if you haven't tested the release wave, be reviewing it in your development environment, also reviewing these additional features so you can figure out which ones you want to enable and test out. And then make sure you're planning your production rollout for the larger release wave or just for certain features. Maybe if they're in preview now, plan to get them in production when they're generally available. Or if they're optional features, just plan when you want to start using them. So that's us been rambling almost for the whole hour, but hopefully this was helpful just to give you some ideas for things you should be on the lookout for. Here's our, what did I do? Here's our information. So if you guys want to connect with us, please do. Any questions or thoughts on what we've been talking about?
I want to see your video, so make sure you include
that.
Oh
Yeah, I'll find
the link in. Yeah.
To the OpenAI video.
Sorry, I had one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like in the CRM sales, there's been a lot of push, if you create a workflow to go create a Power Automate or, a flow in there. We haven't really done that for the most part. We've continued using workflows because there's no visibility, or there hasn't been visibility on what flows have run against records. So for auditing, that was very painful and not, something easy to do. Does anyone have any insights on that?
I agree with that pain point, because I think what is beneficial about workflows is when you can look and see all of your system jobs and see all workflows that are running, or all workflows when you look at a certain record and see all the workflows running against that record. I think that's so powerful, and I don't think there is a good workaround for that with Power Automate. There are some within the Power Platform Admin Center, you can see a bit more analytics around your flows, like which ones are failing and which ones are running and things like that. But I don't think it's at the same granularity that we had with workflows. I think for any use case that you're building out, I think it's important to consider what features you need and then decide between Power Apps versus Power Automate versus classic workflows. Because if it's real time, then you have to go classic workflow. If it's only editing and using dynamics, then I think there's still an argument for classic workflow. But anytime that you want to connect with something else or do anything more fancy, let's say, then I think your benefits of Power Automate might outweigh the kind of loss of visibility.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do other people think about that?
We've also only seen the same thing, where different systems are, interaction with different systems. So like SharePoint, we want to notify someone in the CRM, something's happened in SharePoint. That's kind of, one way we've looked at it. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or any questions in the chat that we didn't get to? Okay, Kanika and Kylie, thank you very much for another outstanding presentation. And are you both presenting at DynamicsCon Live?
I'm presenting there. I'm at all the events. Kanika, do you have any upcoming events you're presenting at?
No, I don't, but I feel like I need to go and check out DynamicsCon now. So I'm going to go and look at the user group site that Liz mentioned and go get connected.
Get on the list.
Yes.
And in the DynamicsCon site, it's getting pretty interesting. So we're starting to, we have these regional user groups that run on the DUG network. And I put the link in there earlier. There's also, we're starting to do some work-based user groups, and we started one for marketing professionals. And I think there's 150 people joined that one already. And I've been on 2 of their meetings and they've had like 80 people come out. So they're very, very good meeting, and they're run by marketers. So they're not technical, but they just talk about marketing with Dynamics. And, we've got a couple of other ones we're thinking about, possibly project managers and implementers, which I think is could be, a great conversation, more off the technical track, but, around how do we get these projects delivered. So, man, would you like to add anything before we close it down today?
Nothing from me, just a great big thank you to these ladies for sharing everything they know. I get overwhelmed even thinking about how do I keep up with everything. So for you to know what's there and what it means and what to watch for, thank you for that, because this is what we need to know what to go back and look at.
And yeah, we're going to post. Oh, go ahead, Kylie.
Oh, just don't think that we know all of this stuff or keep up with all of it. We try our best, but we definitely, I don't think either Kanika or I think it's good you asked us to present, because otherwise we would probably not know all of the features.
Right.
And you got to remember too that, as these features roll out, you may use them, you may not be using them. But I think, a lot of us are trying to optimize what we have and work on our integration. So don't feel like, oh my God, I'm falling way behind, because we're always going to be way behind, because we're not going to be able to keep up. And around the AI, I've done some panel discussions on AI. I think we're going to see a lot of really cool technology grow out of this AI world. And, just hang on. Over the next 24 months, we're going to see a lot of ISVs working on their products and what they can do with the AI, what Microsoft's going to be able to do with Insights. As well, I think we're going to see a lot of stuff come out of things like Copilot and Sales Viva. Or is it Viva for Sales? I forget, whatever it is. It's one of the two, right? But those 2 products of what's going along on the CE side are going to be important. But Hillary, I see you're still with us. Is there anything you'd like to add? Sorry to put you on the spot, but since you're here.
Thanks, Rick. No, I think this was great. Thanks so much, everyone. I guess if you do have any questions or need any resources, happy to share links around the latest around Copilot. But yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hillary. So our next meeting is May 11th. For those so I put into the chat my email. Send me an email and I'll put you in the Outlook invite. That way you get, a direct Outlook calendar invite for every one of our meetings. And I don't think we have the topic finalized for May, but we will do that in the next week. I'm hoping we can do maybe Power Pages because I think we haven't done that in a while. So let me get confirmed on that, and we'll go from there. There's also, I'm going to put in the chat, sorry, I should have grabbed this earlier. Here is an office form that we've created. And if you can go in there and just fill out our survey of what you'd like to see out of the group. So I just put that in the chat as well. So there you go. So I think we're early again. This is a great user group. We get everybody out early. And I think we had a great session. So I want to thank our speakers and our organizers, and we'll see you all in May.
Thank you. Nice meeting everyone.
Bye for now.
Everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.